Hello everybody and welcome back to the Super Mario Odyssey playthrough. So, we've had a little bit of racing at the games. And now the blizzard is cleared and everything is wonderful and snowy and I love it. I mean, just look at this, it's just like really awesome. And really now you can see why this place is called Padaboru in Japanese, because it is effectively just a bowl of snow powder. And that's totally fine by me. And you know, while we could make our way to the next kingdom, which is going to be quite a departure, I feel, because we've had kind of freezing cold snow, and the next kingdom is the seaside kingdom, so it's quite a marked difference, both sort of semi-water related. Well, one of them definitely water related, but this one's semi-water related. You're going from freezing cold water to, oh, this is quite nice. I could live with this water. 'Cause why the hell not? And oh, hello Lakitu. Let's do some more fishing. Hopefully this goes better than my previous attempts. Although no doubt it will be just as bad. Because I have no patience for fishing. Oh, thank God for that. Thankfully that's the only fish that you need to catch in this particular area, so that is fine by me, because I don't think I could have coped with trying to catch anything more. But yes, we're going to be running around the Snow Kingdom, Shiveria, the Snow Kingdom. I still get those the wrong way round! You would have thought by now that my brain would have clocked that it's location name first, then kingdom. Because this is Shiveria in the Snow Kingdom. Not the Snow Kingdom in Shiveria. Really, I mean, they could have made this just so much easier by just calling them Shiveria, New Donk City, etc. I know exactly why they did it the way around that they did. Because they wanted to make it seem like you go into different countries and you get different places within those countries. So obviously, if you're going on a world tour, you'd be like going to London in the UK, or you'd be going to New York in the USA, or Tokyo in Japan. So you'd be going to specific places within the countries, so it makes total sense. But for some reason, in terms of the way my brain is working these days, it's just going, no, I do not like that these things have different names, because clearly my brain is weird. But thankfully we have these snow cheap-cheeps, which are an absolute delight for underwater swimming, or just generally swimming in the freezing cold water. Clearly they have managed to sort out their temperatures to be okay in this sort of weather conditioning. Because I think I would be as freezing as Mario actually is, really. You really properly need the cozy parka, because otherwise, yeah, you'd just be frozen. Thankfully, obviously, you're not going to freeze to death if you're not wearing the cozy parka, but it's certainly recommended. Just because then Mario won't be stood there freezing whenever you pause for like more than 2 seconds. And also, I see a little bit of snow up here. Is there a certain Captain Toad? Hey. Ah. He really does need to be a little bit more careful about where he's going, because, like, seriously, you're gonna get stuck somewhere where I'm not going to be able to come and help you out, Toad. And that's not going to go down very well, because I'd quite like you to keep turning up in Mario games, because Captain Toad, you are awesome. And I hear this music. Ah, this is... I'm not sure whether this... Oh, God, which type of music is this? You see, I can never quite place some of the tunes in Mario. I know them, I know them very well. But sometimes my brain just can't compute unless I'm looking at the list of exactly everything. Because it sounds like the one of the athletics ones. I'm pretty sure that it was used in oh, I cannot remember the galaxy, but it was in Galaxy 2. It was like the Plank Galaxy, whatever it was. Because that also featured this sort of thing where you're running at high speed, but that was on Yoshi, and that was also a lot of fun. There's something about high-speed platforming that is a delight. You see, this is why people do enjoy Sonic games. It's just a shame that, for the most part, outside of a few key ones, the 3D games have been less than stellar as of late, to put it bluntly. Like, they started to have a really good thing going from Sonic Unleashed. Really do still love Sonic Unleashed. But yeah, then they kind of... Well, they got to Generations, and they really did have a good thing going, and then they just... It just drops it. And then Sonic Forces happened, and... Yeah. Funny story. I was actually planning on doing a Sonic Forces playthrough. Because I just thought, well, it'd be a nice short playthrough to do. This was obviously before I'd actually played it, because I was just thinking, well, it's surely going to be at least okay. It'd just be a little bit of something, wouldn't it? But then I played it and was just like, you know what? I'm really not feeling it. Because, yeah, it's just a bit dull. Which I never thought I'd say about a Sonic game. They're never dull, for one reason or another. But yeah, was not a fan of Sonic Force, and it pretty much killed any chance that game has of me doing a playthrough of it by myself. Obviously, I have done the group commentary with Hellfire Commentaries on it, which is pretty much the only time you'll probably hear me really deal with Forces, because I'm not playing through it by myself again, because I just cannot be bothered. I mean, it didn't help that I had effectively just come off of playing Super Mario Odyssey, and I had that and I was like, no. Can I just go back to Odyssey, please? Was it? Or was it? Let me double check my timings, because I might be slightly off on that. Yeah, so I'd literally just come off of playing Super Mario Odyssey and went into Sonic Forces and was just like, ooh, that's a dip in quality. So, yeah, it was just like, you know what? I would just much rather play through Super Mario Odyssey all over again, even though I've just 100%ed it. And I'm very glad I did, because I had a delightful time once again. Which basically just proves that Mario Odyssey is just a thoroughly delightful and enjoyable game, no matter how many times you play it. I mean, perhaps if you played it like 60 zillion times, you might get a little bit bored of it by then. But I suppose it just entirely depends on how you want to roll with it. In my sort of chilled playthrough style, it just sits quite nicely with me. Because also, on the whole, it's meaning that I have to do less editing, and it sounds super lazy, because it is super lazy, but that works out very nicely for me. Because the less editing I have to do, the better. Because it means that I can spend more time doing other things. You know, like my book that I want to finish working on that has been sat waiting for me to edit it for a good few months now, and really does just need sorting, finally, because I had my whole dream of getting published by the time I'm 25, and I turned 24 in a couple of days' time, as of when this particular part goes up. So, yeah, kinda need to really quickly get on that if I actually want to achieve that goal. So yeah, less editing I have to do, the more time I have to spend on things like that, and I will happily take that. It's all about prioritising. This is something that everybody begins to learn as they grow older, is that you just, it's how it has to be. And thankfully I'm relatively okay at prioritisation. It's just that I prioritise and procrastinate, so it kind of ends up screwing me over a little bit. Because it's the whole thing of I know what I want to do and I know when my deadlines are, but sometimes you're just like, no, brain just doesn't really want to play ball with that. It would prefer to be reading a book or playing a game than actually, you know, focusing on the thing that it actually wants to need to do, but is deciding that that is against its current desires. The human mind is incredibly weird. Sometimes I really just want to punch my brain in the face, if it had a face, because it would make my life so much easier. But there we go, that's just how these things work, and I feel I'm going to end up missing this even though I'm so close! Recording curse, that is. That's what that is, definitely. Yeah, just don't try and get fancy with that, Moon. Just do your bog standard jump, you'll be fine. You'll be reet. And for those of you... I don't know where exactly that slang comes from. I'm pretty sure it's like something in Britain. For anybody who didn't understand a word I was just saying for like 5 seconds there, you'll be reet is basically just slang for saying you'll be alright. It's just smushing down alright to reet. Because why the hell not? And I see purple coins! I've also just realised a sort of pun that I have just made by saying I see in the Snow Kingdom. I feel to apologise for that extraordinarily cheesy pun. I need to give myself a slow clap, so... Oh good, that's still working. Also, oh look, it's a sliding block puzzle, my favourite. Thankfully, in the grand scheme of moving block puzzles, this is not one of the worst. Because all you really need, well, all the challenge in this is getting the green block onto the other side of the map. Once you manage that bit, it's just super easy to get that sorted, and then the moon unlocks, so easy as pie. Now, I'm pretty sure that there is another moon in this area, but it is not available to us right now, it would seem. My suspicion, anyway, is that it's one of the moons that either doesn't unlock until you have beaten the game. Well, it's one of the moons that doesn't unlock until you have beaten the game, because otherwise I'm pretty sure that I would have been able to see it, but then that doesn't make any sense to me as to why it's not there, so really, I don't know. But if there is a moon in there, I'm not getting it right now. And we've still got a few purple coins to get, and I'd say that if we're going anywhere, we kind of have four moons left, really. Maybe 9. We'll see. Depends how daring I get. Also, Typhoo, why can't you jump? I know you're a cloud, but surely you can cloud your way up there. But no, we need that Typhoo, because he's just that little bit higher up, and that means that he's going to be able to complete the thing that I need him to do, which is get us to a painting portrait. I'm not going to show off the location of all of these, I can promise you that. But I'm certainly going to show off some of them because they're quite fun. Although one of the things that I've noticed is that, at least for whilst you're playing the main story mode, if you go to another kingdom through one of the portals, the moons can only be picked up in that kingdom, so you've got to go to the Odyssey in that kingdom to pick up that moon. And that's going to take us to the Cascade Kingdom, so I'm going to take that. I think once you've beaten the game, you can go to any Odyssey point and cash in your moons. But you don't seem to be able to do it at this point in the game, because certainly I tried. I did, I can tell you that now. Because I picked up this one thinking, oh great, that's gotten me like 32 power moons. Means I've only got like 3 more to find. And then I was sorely disappointed to find that that was not the case, and I was going to end up throwing my moon count off. So basically what I'm going to end up doing is going back to the Cascade Kingdom after we're done with Shiveria here, because I want my power moon that I have just picked up. And how I haven't realised that there's that hat door to go into, I will never know. I will go into it eventually, I certainly know I will, because I remember doing that power moon. Just gonna take me a while to get there. I think because I'm going through the process of trying to knock out all of the power moons that I can remember. Because this is sort of part of the curse of the fact of I did a lot of my power moon collecting in my original playthrough after I had beaten the game and I had gotten... well, after I'd beaten the game, so I'd sorted all that out. So, a lot of the moons that I remember are from the post-game. And that means that then I'm expecting them to be there and they're not there. That said, there is one moon that we can get that I certainly can get sorted. This gentleman... he says that they just play in their undies, and I mean it's going to be quite cold, but I think we can pull that one off. I mean, look, we've got boxer shorts. They're comfy and easy to wear, and they've got a sort of polka dot mushroom pattern on them. We've also, you know, got the crazy Crazy Cat hat. And yes, we are a serious tough boy, a real beast, and that gives us a moon, and I'm just like quite happy for that. And we may say that we are not cold, but we bloody are. It's freezing. Like, I do not envy Mario in the slightest. Also, I love how the description on the Parker jacket is, after decades of ice levels, finally a decent coat. Because obviously Mario's been in so many games and been to so many ice levels, and he's just gone around in his dungarees and t-shirt effectively, and oh boy, he would have been freezing his ass off. Whereas at least here, you know, he's nice and warm and snuggly. And oh, so there's like two that I'm missing there. One of which is probably, oh no, one of them I know, but I'm going to be an idiot. Major idiot. I mean, yes, totally didn't teleport right there at all. Totally didn't teleport. But yes, if you go back to the racetrack, you can get a, you can have another race for the S rank class, which is basically the same track, but harder AI. And, that's quite fun. Bit more of a challenge, but you just got to make sure that you are a Chivarian when you do that, because otherwise you can't instigate the race, of course. But I didn't think about that at all. And finally, the pennies dropped that I didn't go into that hat store because that is where one of our power moons is located. So let's get it. It's not hidden around there, past me. Just go in the door. Just go in the door. There we go. So we've got a Koopa here. And it's time to trace walk. Now, this is definitely more difficult than the circle in the desert, because obviously you're slipping and sliding everywhere, and there are less markers for you to go off of. I mean, that was pretty disastrous, if I do say so myself. Now, the key that I would say to doing well at this one is that if you can kind of figure out your points, then you jump and ground pound, and then as long as you ensure that you're going the right direction, that will give you something that's much more akin to an actual triangle. And you see, I did better there, I got much closer. I'm just going to have to give it a few more tries to actually achieve it properly, because clearly I'm slipping and sliding all over the place. And part of me feels that it's just going to get progressively worse before it gets better. Oh no, oh! Ah, thank God for that. I will happily take walking on ice and get the hell out of here, because I ain't doing that again. You do actually have to do that again if you want all the power moons though, because, and it's harder! Just to, you know, make it even more fun. It's the same with all of the Koopa Trace walking. You have to get, I think it's over 90 in doing it, and obviously, yeah, it's a bit of a challenge. And also, finally, the brain clicked, and we are going to do the S rank course. It just took me a while to realise that this is how I did it. Now, I will point out that there is every chance that you will lose your first time at the S-Rank circuit. If only because these guys are very good. So it's going to be tight no matter what. The way that you really get through this is by ensuring that you get your bound on properly. Get it so that your timings... Get it so that you get that sort of sound effect where you get the... And also, whenever you are getting to like an area like that, try and make sure that you're bounding before the bit that's going to send you straight up or backwards, because otherwise, well, you need to keep your forward momentum throughout the entirety of the race to do well. So, yeah, I clearly am having a little bit of grief. But hopefully on this final lap I'll be able to pull it back. I mean, a blue spiny shell would be very helpful to me right now. Not now, no. You see, getting very close. Oh! Oh, I think I snuck him by about a hair. But yeah, blue spiny shell would have helped kind of, you know, clear out the pack, but we made it. That's the important bit. And there we go. We've got 34 moons. We will obviously go pick up that other one from the Cascade Kingdom to make sure we have 35, so that we are nice and even. Well, odd, but nice and even in terms of the moons that we have collected. And then, you know, we'll just continue on. But first, I need those final 3 purple snowflakes. Another one of those instances of going, well, I've gone everywhere. Where the hell could it be? Annoyingly, it is located in one of the 4 main, like the 4 puzzle areas, in a secret area of a secret area, which to me feels a little bit dickish in terms of using that as a hiding place. But there we go. And what was particularly galling is that I went to the right one the first time, but then I couldn't find any, so I ended up going all the way around searching for a good 10-15 minutes, and then I realised, oh, it was in here to begin with. Hopefully that meant that the editing process was quite nice, because all I needed to do was just cut the 2 together, but it's just like, really? And this is annoying because the only reason that you would know that these 3 are down here is if you've tilted the camera to look down here, because all things would point to that being a bottomless pit. But it is not. It is there to make you suffer and realise that the truth hates you. And that is why I, you know, just jumped off the cliff, because I couldn't face the truth. But either way, that's all of the purple coins in Chevalier. And we've got all the moons that I want to get for the time being. So we will finish off in the shop. And then we'll hop, skip and a jump back to Fossil Falls in order to get that 1 power moon that we picked up that we are not allowed to collect in here because of some bizarre reason, because we can't carry moons with us between worlds yet. Because we're a crazy person. And I feel like we should change outfits for like 5 seconds. So we're going to go for the scientist outfit. Effectively making us look like some sort of weird Mario Albert Einstein, but I'm totally down with that. Gotta get in as many outfits as possible. Because clearly that is the primary joy of Super Mario Odyssey. Obviously I'm lying, it's the gameplay, but... Still. And we can see a chest over there and a bloomin' checkpoint flag. Annoyingly, you can pretty much only get there if you use the paintings. But we don't have the painting access to that yet. Some people, I think, have been trying to make the jump to get over there, but no. It's not happening. And yeah, I'm about to throw things completely out of whack. Because we should be heading to the Seaside Kingdom, but we're not. We're going to go head back to the Cascade Kingdom and do a little bit of skipping-y skip. Because you can quite nicely skip the leaving cutscenes and skip those cutscenes. And it was only when I got to this point I was just like, oh wait, there's text that's story specific that I really should have been having when I went to the Seaside Kingdom. But because I was heading back, I got it then, and I wish I hadn't skipped, because that was stupid, but there we go. Now, I know that I could get the Tostarine and Power Moon right now. I could, really I should, but I just wanted the one because I wanted to be at 265. Because that was my goal. Get onto a nice, lovely number, and actually, something I've noticed since we've turned up, the shop's open! The people from Bonneton have decided that they wanted to pop on over to Fossil Falls, so I'm just going to pick everything up here since we got all the purple coins whilst we were here. We might as well get all the souvenirs. So we weren't in our scientist outfit for long, but we can go to the next kingdom looking like a caveman. And I'm sure that will be an absolute delight. Probably also better for Mario because it'll give him a little bit of ventilation, shall we say, because he's heading to the seaside, and you always need a little bit of ventilation when heading to the seaside. Like, full-on scientist garb is going to be a little bit overly warm, I feel. But, enough joking around. Let us head off to the Seaside Kingdom. Let's go!